Oh, no, let me pause that. I was listening on YouTube. I just said, oh. Sound better now, sir? Don't say that, man. Don't do that. Don't do that. Listen, man, I've been a fan since I've been in basketball. I've been a Knicks fan. So, like, yeah, and my whole house, my mother, my father were Knicks fans. My uncle was Knicks fans. So I'm a Knicks, Giants, and Mets fan. That's what I am. So that's what I've been my whole life with. Yeah, yeah. At least I keeping it real though. I ain't switching. Like, I stay with my team forever. Like I ain't listen. I have not seen my team win a title.
Right.
I have not seen them win a title yet. So hopefully, with the way it's looking right now, though, Si, like you said,
Yeah, we got this.
we should be up 2-0. I mean 3-0 Monday.
Yeah, tomorrow. Yep.
Monday 3-0. That's
it. I agree. But yo, Captain, man, Apostle accused me of being soft on you, man. He accuses me of being soft on you. He said I'll be letting you slide. I don't be hitting you with the tough questions.
Or maybe I just know how to answer what he think is the tough questions.
Yeah, I don't think. I think he think you can handle the tough questions that I come with.
I don't understand it. I don't know what that means. He would have to break down to me what that means. Is he coming in on the show?
Yeah, he's going to be here. Apostle, where you at, man?
I mean, so if you want to come on the show and explain what he's talking about, I'm all ears.
Apostle, where you at? Hey, yo, you want to hear something crazy?
What's up?
My son, right? My son called me. And he said, yo, Pops, what's going on? He called me about like 10 minutes ago. And I said, no, I'm just chilling here, just watching the Life channel. You know what he said to me?
You told me you was watching the Life channel.
Yeah, the Life channel. You know what he said to me?
You say, what'd he say?
He said, oh, you over there watching the women's channel?
Listen, that's exactly what I was just thinking.
He said, man, he said, what you doing, Pops? You all right?
Listen, he loves you. He love you. He told
you. He said, you over there watching the females channel, the women's channel?
Lifetime.
I said, man, you're crazy, man.
Listen, Lifetime is the females channel. That's absolutely a females channel.
They be having some interesting shows on there, though. Come on.
By yourself?
Yeah, I'm by myself watching it.
Your wife got you. Listen, my wife got the show. Yep, there must have been a show on there that was real good.
Yeah, she got me hooked on this shit, watching these damn movies, man. It's crazy. I gotta get out. I gotta break the habit, man. I gotta break the habit.
You gotta break that habit ASAP, brother. You gotta break that habit.
But anyway, we got Apostle here.
Apostle. Right? The audio don't sound bad or nothing, do it?
Nah, Captain Tazaryach want to know what you mean when you say I don't be like that to Captain Tazaryach. I be easy on the captain. What do you mean when you say that?
Yeah, like,
Apostle, you hear me? You're on mute.
It's not my position that you're easy on it. It's my position. You frame our God in a way in front of us that you won't do in front of Tazaryach. Like you won't say, your God is a damn great one. You won't say your God is a damn liar. You won't say the God of the Bible hate children and want to kill children. You won't say, and then you won't take his words.
Keep it going. I'm gonna go get me an orange, man. Keep it going, man.
And when he answers your question, You don't rephrase the question. Like, he didn't answer the damn question. Like you and Morpheus did. They try to get me on Matthew 24 when Christ said, I say unto you this day, there's some from this generation shall not pass until seeing the Son of Man coming in his glory. They saying Christ lied because that generation did pass or evil. So I told Cap, I told Sonetta when he called me and asked me, you got a question you want me to ask? Cap, I said, yeah, asking the same question that you asked me about this generation won't pass. And see what he said. Because I told you and Morpheus, you don't understand the question, let alone the damn answer. How, if you don't accept the answer, how you going to understand the question? When you talk about how, because the punishment that David raped Uriah's wife, God allowed his son to rape all of David's wives in public, telling him what you done in secret is going to be done in public. You don't come at that. And then when people give you the answer, was what David did was grievous. And God is still teaching, not just David, but he's teaching all of Israel that I'm no partial person. If you act like this, even if you're a king, I'm going to correct your ass.
All right, calm down, man. Calm down, that's enough.
Yeah, I know.
Number one, Captain will tell you, if he remember, I used to always bash Yahweh or their God. Because when I hear Captain go in on Kemet and talk about they devious ways and they nasty and they homosexuals, Captain, have I ever went in on Yahweh, on God to you?
Yeah, all the time.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, the graping part. The graping part was probably the first early thing that Sinetta attacked us with. Because that's when they was playing the videos of GMS saying that you can do that and stuff like that. And like, why would your God allow that? Like, there's a long history of me and Sinetta. That's probably why most people don't see the questions asked the same. And when we can answer the question because the answer is satisfactory, maybe that's why he doesn't attack us the same way. It's like with anything. If you playing basketball, you're gonna play defense against everybody. You're gonna play offense against everybody. But depending on how good your opponent is gonna dictate how you play offense or defense. So the way Sinetta would play offense or defense against you, Apostle, would be different from me because he's played me longer. And
right. And hold up, Apostle. And see, what happened is, Captain Tazaryach and ISUPK, they the first ones I played this game on with them. And because they answered it so good, and they kept defeating me on it, and I just said, you know what, let me get the younger one. Let me get these other Israelites.
Right.
And y'all have been dropping the ball. So you think all the questions that I asked you, Apostle, and the other Hebrews, believe me, I asked Tazaryach.
And you know what? I've answered the question just as Tazaryach, if not as well as, yes, I did. Especially
what's the answer you gave? So for Matthews 24 and 34, for example.
Especially that damn snake in the garden or that damn Elohim.
Sidebar Apostle. Sinetta, somebody sent me the video of Deacon. I gotta watch it with the whole serpent thing. I gotta watch the whole thing, but he's like, it seemed like he's saying what you said in the Bible, teaching about the serpent, but I gotta watch the whole thing.
Yeah. So yeah, but let me ask you, Captain. Let me ask you, Captain. Is the Most High against women being raped?
Yes.
Even if it goes to, let's say the Most High want to punish you, and he said, you know what? In my punishment, I'm going to let you be great. So, because if he do that, then that means he condones the graping process, and he uses it as a punishment. So he punishes women. Hold on, he punishes women that's not even that didn't even do the bad act. It's the man that did the bad act. And so what Yahweh would do is say, you know what? Since your husband did this, I'm gonna allow this to happen to your wife. And if that's true, Captain Tazaryach, then that means the Most High do condone raping women. What do you say to that, brother?
So
Samuel 2, 12, verse 11 and 12.
2 Samuel, right?
Yeah, 2 Samuel,
2.
2 Samuel, 11, 2 Samuel, 12, verse 11 and 12.
So now, can I read it?
Yes.
But no, not there. That's where it starts.
Right. Go. I think
You want to
it's
get to
just
where
16.
Nathan. You want to get to where Nathan.
Yeah, grapes his wife, David's wife.
11 and 12. It says, and David said to Uriah, tarry here to this day also, and tomorrow I will let thee depart. So Uriah abode in Jerusalem. So now this is when David is setting up Uriah to be unalived. This ain't where the Lord is saying what he's saying to David. You follow what I'm saying? So like when you read, you really want to go to 12, I think. 12 is what you want. Because 12 and I think 12 and 11 is what you want. It says, thus saith the Lord.
Yeah, but that's what I said. I said 2 Samuel 12, verse 11.
I apologize. So 2 Samuel 12, it says, thus saith the Most High, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house, and I will take thy wives before thine eyes and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of the sun. For thou didst this secretly, but I will do this openly.
Woo, goddamn, Captain. How you gonna get out of this, Captain?
Get out of what exactly?
That the Most High said you done it in secret, but I'm gonna allow your wife to be graped on a goddamn roof before Israel. So this is what Yahweh is doing to a woman that had nothing to do with this crime.
Have you read the whole thing?
Brother, the bottom line is I'm talking about what the Most High is getting ready to do, brother.
Okay, can I keep reading?
Don't read the whole thing, brother.
You said no need to read the whole thing?
Yeah, I don't need to read the whole thing. Once I see that the Most High is allowing this to happen, I don't need a reason. I don't need an excuse. The Most High supposed to be against this. And so just like he could send down a wicked spirit of a woman being raped, he could send down a spirit where he can clean things up and wash things up. Why? Because he's against this. He's against it.
Right. So now,
yes, go ahead.
Preacher. So when you read a couple verses above, now for anybody that doesn't know this story, David saw Bathsheba, who was Uriah's wife. David committed adultery with Uriah's wife. And then David brought Uriah, when she got pregnant, David brought Uriah back to Jerusalem to convince him to sleep with his wife. Uriah, being righteous, refused to sleep with the wife because his brethren were at war. So when David couldn't do that, he then sent Uriah back to the army and then told the leader of the army to put Uriah on the front line. He told Joab to put Uriah on the front line. And so when Uriah died in the army in war, then David took Bathsheba. David being the king and everybody knowing this story, no one can hold him accountable for committing adultery because by law, he should have been stoned to death. So when you read 2 Samuel 12, Nathan actually gives David a parable. He gives him a parable of a rich man that had exceeding flocks and herds, and that rich man had all the wealth in the world. And then there came a traveler unto the rich man. And when the traveler came to the rich man, instead of treating that traveler fair, he took everything from the traveler. And then in verse 5, it says, and David's anger was kindled greatly against the man and said to Nathan, as the Lord liveth, that man that hath done this thing shall surely die. And he shall restore the land fourfold because he did this thing and because he had no pity. Verse 7. And Nathan said to David, thou art the man. Thus saith the Lord God of Israel, I anointed thee king over Israel, and I delivered thee out of the hand of Saul. And I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee the house of Israel of Judah. And if that had been too little, moreover, I would have given unto thee such things. So what he's saying is, David, you took this man's wife and then killed him. And but you were the one that I anointed to be king. If you wanted more wives, I would have given you more wives. If you wanted more things, I would have given you more things. And then it says, I gave thee thy master's house and thy master's wives into thy bosom, and gave thee unto Israel and of Judah. And if that had been too little, I would have moreover have given thee such things. Wherefore thou hast despised the commandment of the Lord to do evil in his sight. Thou hast killed Uriah the Hittite with the sword, and hast taken his wife to be thy wife, and hast slain him with the sword of the children of Ammon. Verse 10. Now, therefore, the sword shall never depart from thine house. So, Sadnett, I got a question. Did David commit adultery? I can't.
Yes. Yes. Yes, Captain.
Did anybody have power to exact vengeance on it, to punishment on him?
What does this got to do with anything, man?
Meaning,
I'm talking about. I'm talking about. Hold up. See how you see? This is what Israelites do. They try to switch up the narrative. I'm talking about. My question is, why is the Most High?
That's the next verses. We're getting to that.
Hey, Apostle, what I need you to do while we're dealing with this, I want you to get Romans 12, verse 17. Go ahead, Captain.
What I'm saying that we're dealing with, I'm about to get to the verses that you pull, but what we're showing is that David as a king, like if he wasn't a king and he was like you and I, and we slept with somebody's wife and murdered the man that we slept with, we would get for that, right?
Right.
But David being king is not being punished because he's a king. Nobody could do anything to him.
Exactly.
So now Nathan, the prophet of God, is coming and bringing the chastisement of the Lord to David. That's what's happening here. So
right. So and now, the chastisement is what?
I'm about to read it now.
What is the Most High using to chastise David?
I'm about to read it. It says, now therefore the sword shall never depart from thine house, because thou hast despised me, and has taken the wife of Uriah the Hittite to be thy wife. So the first thing he's saying is that the sword, meaning bloodshed, shall never leave his house. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against thee out of thine own house, and will take thy wives before thine eyes, and give them unto thy neighbor. And he shall lie with thy wives in the sight of the sun. For thou didst secretly, but I will do this thing before Israel and before the sun. Verse 13. And David said unto Nathan, I have sinned against the Lord. And Nathan said unto David, the Lord hath also put away thy sin, thou shalt not die. Howbeit, because this deed thou hast done, because this deed thou hast given great occasion to thine enemies of the Lord to blaspheme, the child that is born unto thee, thou shalt die. So my question to you is, where can we read where David's wives is having sex with his neighbors?
Brother, have you forgotten where the Most High said, because you have done this in secret, I will do it before the world? And he brought her on the roof, and he has sex with her on the roof before
that's
Israel.
What I'm asking. Can we read that? That's what I'm asking you. Can we read it?
Isn't that in the Bible? That's not in the Bible.
Yes, I'm asking you.
What, brother, I don't understand what you're asking me. It's in the scriptures already. That's where you can read it at.
Here's what I'm asking you. What I'm asking you is, can we read, when we read the story, right? What takes in the story?
Say what?
The story that you're talking about, where he had sex with him in front of all Israel.
So you're saying he didn't?
That's not what I'm saying. I said, where can we read the story?
Brother, did he or did he not? This is not going to be easy, Captain. This is not going to be easy for you, brother. You're dealing with a logical mind here, brother. I'm asking you, did it happen, or are you saying it didn't happen?
I didn't say it didn't happen. I said,
did it happen?
I'm asking you, where can we read? If you got to understand, if I'm asking you the question, I know the answer. I'm asking you, can we read where it happened?
All right, Captain. I don't know the scriptures offhand like you do.
True that.
But when I go back and I read it, I know it, but I can't memorize it.
Okay.
Like the way y'all do.
Gotcha.
But that's why I'm asking you, did it happen? Yes or no?
So before I read where it happened, and you're correct with that.
Come on, you playing, man.
Wait. So Salakia for that. My apologies for thinking you know the scriptures like me. So now, when it says that, before we read the verse, when it says, thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up evil against thee out of thine own house. I will take thy wives before thine eyes and give them unto thy neighbor, and he shall lie in thy wives in the sight of the sun. The Lord protected David when he obeyed him, right? Would you agree? Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So what the Lord is saying, he's taking that protection away. If you have a child and you tell that child, don't do these things, and when that child is not doing them, you're protecting them because you have the ability to protect him. You have the ability to keep him out of jail. You have the ability to make sure he gets a job. And then when he does something so heinous, you now let him stay in jail. You don't bail him out. You let him have the pitfalls. You don't give him the protection that you had. So the first thing that the Lord says is, the sword shall never depart out of thy house. That's the first thing he says, because that's the punishment that David has to go through. So what the Lord is doing is taking away the protection from David. So the Lord is not making it happen. The Lord is just not protecting it from happening. That's why I asked you, can we read the story of when it happened? So, and if anybody...
Brother, Captain, that is wrong, brother. Because the Lord is the one making it happen. The Lord is the one that put the curse on him to make it happen. When you read it again, the Lord said, I said this, and this is what's going to happen to you. And now, when you look at it, he's just showing you also, Captain, that not only is the Lord making it happen, that everything that the Most High tell you not to do, he go ahead and do it before Israel. He's committing adultery by doing that. He's condoning grape because the woman don't want to just give herself up to the man and be great before the world and have this embarrassment while everybody's looking at her. Come on, Captain, you got to see. You got to deal logically. Now, when we look at the word force her, humble her,
can we do that? Can we
ravish her? Go ahead, read it.
Because Absalom, who's the son of David, is the one that does it.
Uh-huh.
I'm sorry. I apologize. Make sure I'm correct with that one.
Yeah.
When you go to 2 Samuel 16 and 21, right? That's the account, right? And I'm not asking you. Absalom is David's son. So 2 Samuel 16. When you read a couple verses before the event happens, it says, "Then said Absalom to Ahithophel, give counsel among you, what shall we do? And Ahithophel said to Absalom, go in unto thy father's concubine, which he have left to keep the house, and all Israel shall hear that thou art abhorred of thy father. Then shall the hand of all that are with thee be strong." So this is not even something that's forced. This is not graping. This is not graping. When Samuel says, what
about adultery? It's not adultery either, huh?
No, it is adultery. I'm not saying that it's adultery. It is adultery. It just wasn't by force. Remember, David committed adultery. So what the Lord is saying, adultery is going to happen to you. And whereas you did it in secret, this is going to happen publicly. The Lord, knowing what's going, I'm listening.
And see, this right here proves what we've been saying all the time. What? The woman don't mean a goddamn thing in the Bible, because instead of the Lord punishing David, making him suffer, making him hurt, he punishes who? The woman, who have nothing to do with that. So I'm going to take it out on your wife because she's a piece of shit. She ain't got shit. She ain't got a goddamn thing to do with us anyway. So we're going to take it out on this woman.
Did David commit adultery by himself, or was there a woman that committed adultery with him?
That's not what I'm asking you, brother. I'm asking you the punishment of David.
When you talk about
look. Instead of the Most High punishing David, I'm saying that he took it out on the woman to make her go and to make her feel the pain, to make her suffer. Not really David. David probably said, I don't give a fuck about that.
So when we go to 2 Samuel 16 and 21, it doesn't say that he forced David's wife to sleep with. We don't read that. She did it because she wanted to.
Oh, come on, Captain, man. Stop this, Cap.
Let me read it. So
yeah, go ahead. Let me hear this. I got to hear this.
Let me see. So this is 2 Samuel 16 and 21. And Ahithophel said to Absalom, go in unto thy father's concubine, which he hath left to keep the house, and all Israel shall hear that thou art abhorred of thy father. Then shall the hands of all that are with thee be strong. So they spread Absalom a tent upon the top of the house, and Absalom went in unto his father's concubine in the sight of all Israel. And the counsel of Ahithophel, which he counseled him in those days, was as if a man had inquired of the oracle of God. So it was all the counsel of Ahithophel, both with David and with Absalom. So when that happens, you got to show me where it was forced, because I don't read where it was forced. Because the one thing that the Bible is about, if there's something that was forced, it's forced. If there was something that's coerced, it's coerced. When there's something that's they want to do, they just do. So the same way that David and Bathsheba committed adultery, adultery was then committed against David. Correct or incorrect?
Nah, brother. It don't. I see what you're saying. You're looking for the word force. Just because you don't see the word force, if the Most High put that spirit in the air at her, it was forced because the Most High had to do it. You see that? If the Most High wouldn't have did it, she wouldn't have been sleeping with you.
You have every right to resist temptation. We all do. You cannot use the Most High.
Let's move on.
Oh, okay. Now you want to move on? Okay. I'm
fine. Yeah, we dealt with that.
No problem. But for the record, it just wasn't great. I just want everybody to know it just wasn't great. That's all I'm saying.
All right. It was great, brother. It was. And the Most High was
you can read they nasty. You can read they committed adultery.
And the Most High was in on it, brother. So come on, Captain. Now, when you look at words like, let's go through what I asked you, Apostle. Can you read Romans 12, verse 17, the King James Version? Can you read that? And Captain, why he doing that? 1 Thessalonians 5 and 15. For you, Captain.
You know, it don't sound choppy to you? Because you sound choppy.
Yeah, it do sound, yeah, your mic do sound choppy.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna leave and come right back. So just let Apostle read. I'll let Apostle read. Let me just leave.
All right, but I need to hear him when he reads it so you can see what I'm talking about.
I'm gonna leave and come.
All right. All right, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, y'all. Before I come back, y'all let me know if I sound good. Do I sound all right? Y'all let me know if I sound choppy. Can y'all let me check? Let me check if I sound choppy myself. Okay, so I sound good. Okay, so I sound good. You sure? I'm listening. If y'all delight. Hey, Miko, are you saying yes like I sound good? Sounds clear? Okay, shout out to Naomi. Appreciate that. All right, so now I'm gonna rejoin his link. Let me rejoin his link. Let me re-click his link. Hopefully it doesn't sound bad. Test it. Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2. Test it. Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. How do I still sound choppy? Yeah, I gotta reduce the what I'm gonna do? Hey, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna reduce the quality down to 720. Yeah, I'm gonna now. Let me know. Does it sound? Apostle, wait 1 second, Apostle. We're trying to get this sound together. How about now? It still sound choppy? Tested 1, 2. Okay. All right, no sweat. I say you got your little team, you got your little preset package and shit, man. Get well, Thessalonians.
He's taking it right on you, so I got to turn it up a little bit just to give you a little something, man.
No sweat. And just so everybody understands, that nigga say whatever he want to me. Y'all may not understand it, but we had that's a relationship. I don't know about everybody else, but me and Sidnetta could be on here full out cussing each other out. When the live stream over, we gonna laugh.
That's right. But First Thessalonians 5 and 15 for you and Elder Apostle. I mean, my brother Apostle. Can you read now Romans 12:17, King James Version, y'all? You on mute, Apostle.
Recompense no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
What does that mean, Captain?
That was Romans 12 and what? Oh, when it says recompense no man evil for evil, provide all things, meaning when someone does something evil to you, you don't take the evil out on them. That's how we have to be as brothers to each other.
Right. So would you say the Most High violated that code right there because of the great process that happened to David? Now the Most High say, you know what? I'm going to do the same thing to you. He applied evil for evil. Look at your face right now.
No. I'm saying.
Be quiet, Apostle. Once you read, just be quiet.
No. I'm only saying that because of the audio. Here's the problem, Senator, that you having, right? In Isaiah 55, let me read this verse because you don't, like you said, I don't want to take advantage that you know the scriptures like that, right? So Isaiah 55 and 8 says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, neither are your ways my ways, saith the Lord." So when you read Romans the 12th chapter, and it says, "Render not evil for evil," that is for us. That is not for God. Doesn't live under the rules that he gave us. That's why he'll make statements like, "I kill, I make alive, I wound, I heal. There is no God with me." Our God can do whatever he wants. We have limitations. So you're putting this verse to limit God. That's what you're saying. What you're saying is that God can't take vengeance. And now I'm gonna read another script. This is Romans 9. This is Romans 9 and 20. 9 and 20. It says, "Neighbor, O man, who art thou that repliest against God? Shall the thing formed say to him that formed it, why hast thou made me thus?" Like you replying against God, like you using that verse and thinking that you can actually say something to God about what he can and cannot do. Who are you? Who am I? We're the clay. He's the potter. He could do whatever he wants. Like you're gonna go to God and say, "God, why you doing that?" You can't. He's gonna fuck you up after that. You can't tell God what he can and cannot do. You can tell me what I can't do. You can say, "Tazaryach, I don't think you should do that like that." And you know what? I'm gonna say, "You know what? Sorry, you right, man. I'm gonna let that counsel you gave me. That was on point." But when you go to God and God say, "Man, I'm gonna unalive all these white people. I'm gonna cause y'all to go into captivity. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that." We can't reply against God. That's what makes him the most.
You know what you just did?
What I did do?
You know what you just did, Captain? You proved me right. That's what you just did. You proved me right. And I want everybody to listen to me under the sound of my voice. I said Every law that the Most High gave you, he broke it. And Captain just said, oh, those laws that he gave us, that's for us. He ain't got to follow those laws. He can do what he want to do. So listen, watch this, Captain. If you're the head of your household, which you are, yes?
Yes, absolutely. We were just talking about this.
You are a God. Hold on, listen. You are a God to your children. You may say, no, I'm not God, but your children look up to you as the head man, as the protector, as the nourisher, as the sustainer, as the God over his castle. Hold on, let me finish. Including your wife. So when you lay down your rules, Captain, but then you break them at the same time, what do your flock supposed to do? What do your children and your offspring going to do when they see their dad? Because guess what? God supposed to be our father, right? So when we see our father, be quiet, apostle. When we see our father breaking all these rules, then we say, God damn it, we can do the same thing because he break every law he tell us not to do. He do it. What do you have to say to that, Captain?
Yeah, I want to read this verse before I answer. This is Ephesians 22. It says, wives, submit yourselves unto your own husbands as unto the Lord. So when you make that statement about us being gods to our children, not only are you the Lord to your children, you're the Lord to your wife too. And you know what that means? That means we ain't all the same. I don't give a damn what my kids think about how I discipline them, how I treat them, how I talk to them. They gonna do what the fuck I say. What my wife, listen, you live in this world that I live in. We live in a world of multiple wives, right? If your wife came
right,
if one of your wives came to you and said, if you do this for this one, you got to do this for me, you're gonna say, I run this house how I run this house. They can't tell you how to run a house because you are the Lord, you are the God of that house. So if we have that authority with the level or reach that we have, does not the Most High have an even greater authority than what we have? That's why I read the verse. My thoughts are not your thoughts. A child of mine is not going to come to me and tell me and dictate to me what I do as a father. A wife is not going to come to me and dictate what I do as a husband. And I'm not going to go to the Most High and dictate what he does as the Most High. I'm not going to go to Commander General Hanna. I obey him. And I'm not going to go to Commander General Hanna and tell him what he does and what does not do as Commander General Hanna because he outranks me. We are not the same. We are not equal. The problem that we as human beings think we on the same level with each other, and we're not. The four of us on this stage, we are not equal. So we're not even equal on this stage. We for sure ain't equal with the Most High. So we're using our small puny minds to try to contend with the Most High, but what he could do and what he can't do. He can unalive us right now, and we couldn't do nothing about it. He could bless us right now, and we can't do nothing about it. That's why the Bible says the fear of God is the beginning of his love. The Christian church thinks the Christian church so bold when they say stupid shit like, when I let God into my life. God is in control of your life right now. He can render evil to you. He can render good to you. And you can't control neither except your obedience to that God. So to my children, if my children are obedient to me, they're controlling how good or evil I am to them. If my wives are obedient to me, they're controlling how good or evil I am to them because I outrank them. That's my power. Now, I'm not saying that to be an abusive.
I don't think you answered what I asked you. What I said, Captain Tazaryach, being that you're the God of your castle, being that you're the God and the overseer of your household, when your children and your wife see you breaking the commandments and the laws that you give them to not to do, I'm saying, what do you think they supposed to do once they see you doing it? And you're saying this is not good. This is not what we're supposed to do, but they see you doing it.
I'm gonna give you a more hardcore answer. You gonna regulate. Like I said, you and I live in a multiple wives world, right? Right?
Yep. Yes.
Can your wives deal with another man? Excuse me, let me rephrase it. Can our wives deal with another man?
Hell no.
Why not?
What you mean? Why not? Because that's not the way this thing. That's not the way.
Just so you know, I agree with you 100%. This is a teaching moment. You and I can have multiple women. Our wives cannot have multiple men. Why not?
You tell me why not. Tell me. Go in on it.
Because they don't have the power to. Because the confinement of that law limits them. It doesn't limit me. So I'm answering your question. I'm just trying to give it to you in a different way. If we're all equal, they should be able to have another man like I have another woman.
But we know they're not equal, brother. We know that.
That's my point. So
hold on, Santan.
So rules and equality are not the same. The rules that are for me are not the rules for my children, are not the rules for my wives, are not the rules for men versus men, are not the rules for women versus women. Because
in other words, Captain, you are saying that you can break all the rules, but they can't. Just because they see me doing the wrong thing, I'm the God, I'm the overseer, I can do it, but they can't do it. Is that what you're saying, brother?
No,
because that's the excuse you gave God just now.
No, what I'm
you
saying,
gave reasoning.
No, what I'm saying is the rules that apply to me are different than the rules that apply for women.
Oh, no, you're supposed to be the head. You're supposed to be the example. You're supposed to be the leading force, brother. Right. What are you talking about?
And now think about the question that you asked about David, right? David broke a rule that applied to him. That's why he was punished. That woman broke a rule that applied to her. That's why she was punished. Now, if I break a rule that applies to me, then I will be punished. But if my children don't like a rule that I apply to them, they can't tell me you get to do what I can't do because that don't apply to me. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, let me go to you, son. Do you have
let me just land right here.
Hold up. Do you have 1 Thessalonians 5:15, Santan?
Wait, let me just land right here.
Hold up. I told you get 1 Thessalonians 5:15. Go ahead, Captain.
Thank you. Okay. If a woman says, I'm gonna sleep with another man because you got women, that rule doesn't apply to her. She can't get mad at me because I can have more than one woman and she can't have more than one man. I'm not breaking a law. But if I was to sleep with another man's woman, I would be breaking the law and I would be punished. So we're not the same.
Okay. So did the Most High allowed David's wife to sleep with another man, knowing that he's not supposed to do that?
Allow, I would say no, because allow would be like if
yes, he did, Captain, man. Come on, man.
I got it, son. We ready.
Allow would be like
go ahead.
Absalom forced his way on that woman. Now, if we can read that, then the Lord allowed it. But maybe that woman just wanted another man's bride.
Nah, brother. Nah. See, now you.
I can't.
All right, Santan.
Ready?
Hold on. Read what you got, Santan.
Peace to you, Captain.
Hey, peace to you, brother. Be careful. Last time.
Make sure that nobody.
No. You got to read the verse first. You got to say where you at.
1 Thessalonians 5:15, New International.
No. I said King James, brother.
Well, you need to get you a better team with these scriptures.
No. You got to get King James. King James.
Gotcha. There you go.
Okay. While he's doing that, I'll just come in with my own. And I'll
Hey,
come in with this.
video. Make sure y'all like the video, thumb up the video, share the video, man. Captain Tazaryach Sidnet with Apostle and what's the other brother's name?
Suntan.
Sutan. We are rocking.
Suntan.
Make sure y'all Suntan. Make sure y'all sharing the video, man. Make sure y'all thumbing up the video. We appreciate everybody being in the building.
I remember reading the scripture where the Most High is talking, and he said, "No man should pay for another man's sins."
Right.
Right. And so when we read 1 Peter's 3:9, not rendering evil for evil, or railing for railing. So right there is telling you where the Most High is going against all of that. But I already heard your explanation on it. I'm just showing you another scripture. They talk about this all through the Bible when it talks about don't put evil for
those, huh?
Huh?
Who was that for?
All right, you said it's for us. I get you. I get what
Is the Bible saying it's for us? Where does it say that that's the rules that God has to live by?
Right, I got you. Hold on. Suntan, you ready?
Yeah.
Read, Suntan.
All right. King James Version. Thessalonians 5:15. Thessalonians 1 Thessalonians 5:15. See that no one render evil for evil unto
See, they go through this all through the scripture, brother. But somehow the Most High forgot the laws that he put down, Captain. But he sits his children down, and we watching him break every rule that he told us not to do. He goes ahead and do it, Captain. That's not a good representative or role model for his children. That's all I'm saying, Captain.
I can respond now.
Yes, go ahead.
This is Romans, the 3rd chapter. I'm gonna start at verse 3. I'm gonna read to verse 7. It's 5 verses. 1, 2, 3. It says, "For what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect? God forbid. Yea, let God be true and every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest come when thou art judged. But if our unrighteousness commend the righteousness of God, what shall we say? Is God unrighteous who taketh vengeance? I speak as a man. God forbid. For then how shall God judge the world?" What Sarnetta is saying is that God should not judge us for the evil that we do. We should be evil. We should break his commandments. We should do whatever we want, and God can't judge us. That's why it says, "Is God unrighteous who taketh vengeance?" What Sarnetta won't tell you is that we're the ones causing the vengeance. We're causing the bloodshed. We're causing the unaliving. We're causing the pain because we don't want to obey the commandments. But I bet if I ask Sarnetta if his children disobeyed his laws, would he let them get away with it? Sarnetta would say no. Sarnetta would say he would punish them. So if he beat them, if he disciplined them, said you can't go outside, took their phones, XYZ like that, but Sarnetta still has his phone. Is Sarnetta wrong because he's using his phone, but he's telling the kid he can't use the phone because he's punishing them for the phone? Is Sarnetta wrong because he's saying you can't go outside, but I'm going outside? No, because Sarnetta is punishing them for their disobedience. And then Sarnetta would say to his children, "Are y'all saying I'm unrighteous because I took your phone? Are y'all saying I'm unrighteous because I said you can't go outside? But if you weren't wicked, I wouldn't have to take your phone. If you wasn't unrighteous, I wouldn't have to tell you can't go outside. So maybe you should start listening to me. And then I won't have to punish you. And then you won't have to see me outside riding up and down Harlem, riding up 125th. You won't see me on my phone, Googling, going on Instagram, going on Facebook while you sitting at home doing nothing. Because then we would all be obeying. But if you're going to disobey, you're going to see me floss in front of you while you're punished. That's the lesson, Sarnetta. I pray you understand. That's it.
You funny, Cap. Yo, I love you. I hate doing this to you. That's why I don't like doing this to the captain, man. I'd rather be with Apostle and Omar and all these other ones, man. I don't like doing this to the captain, man. Oh, man.
What he's doing to you is what he called beating you up.
You think he beat me up?
No, you know what he does? He put me in the back. He mutes my mic.
Hey, Apostle, I'm gonna tell you, Apostle, you're not LeBron, you're not Mike. You know what I mean? I'm Mike, I'm LeBron, I'm Magic.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Graduate. You know what I was to do. Don't get so angry at side. You gotta y'all
right. There you go.
Nah, ain't no right. I'm 71 years old, man. I'm due that respect, but that's all right. I don't get on here and say that. But the problem is, the problem is, all I ask God to do is treat me the same way I treat him. Don't mute my mic. Get my attention. I stop. Don't cut me off while I'm answering the question. Kicking your teeth in.
Hey, Captain, he don't understand. When you ask Apostle a question, he don't know when to stop, brother. He goes on and on and on and don't stop. And then when I mute him and put him in the back, see, like right now, when I talk, he'll talk over you. He'll constantly talk over you. So I want to ask you this question here, Captain.
Okay.
People with a defect. I hate doing this to you, man, because you can't get out of this stuff that I got. I'm dealing with logical stuff, Captain. I have a logical mind. And people with the handicap, like people born blind.
Yeah, born blind, born with.
Let me finish. Hold on. People that are born blind, people that are born with one testicle, people that are born midgets, dwarfs. Why do the Most High sit on them? And why would the Most High make them that way before they even get a chance to live their life? And once you make them that way, you say, don't do this, and they can't do this, and they can't come into the house of worship of this. Why is that when the Most High made them that way? That's in the book of Leviticus 21, verse 18 to 20.
So let's go Leviticus 21, 18. Okay, so whatsoever man he be that hath a blemish, he shall not approach a blind man or a lame, or he that hath a flat nose, or anything superfluous, or a man that is broken-footed or broken-handed, or crook-back, or dwarf, or hath a blemish in his eyes, scurvy, scab, XYZ. Sometimes it is a punishment of the Lord. This is understanding that they knew, like at some point, Israelites, and that's for y'all know me, that's blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians, and I have to understand that y'all are under the most gangster, realist God on the planet. So, could he have you be born blind? Absolutely. Can he have you be born maimed? Absolutely. What you thought I was going to sit here and lie? But that
No, I told you keep it 100. I know that.
Thank you. But that doesn't mean that everybody that is born with an affliction is from God. Some can.
Yes, it does. Yes, it do.
Some.
Yes, it do, brother. No, I'm not letting you get away with that. Yes, it do.
Some could be hereditary. Some could be like, why would you have two midgets? Like, if you read this law that says a midget shall not come, or dwarf shall not come into the congregation, and then you see a dwarf, and because you got some fetish with a dwarf, you have sex with that dwarf and have a baby. Is that God, or is that you that had sex with the dwarf? That's you that had sex with the dwarf. Something.
Yes.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So some things.
Don't do it, Captain. Don't do it. You know, I got a logical mind. I keep telling you.
Right. So, but I'm not denying that the Lord, the Bible in Exodus, the 22nd chapter says, the Lord visit the iniquity of the sins of the father to the third and fourth generation. So you can read in the Bible that the Lord will punish us in the third or fourth generation. That could be through birth or life. That's the power that he has. So I'm not denying that somebody born with a defect could be a punishment from God, but it also could be hereditary. If you have a family that has a hereditary trait of Down syndrome, a hereditary trait of diabetes, hereditary trait of any disease, it could be that, or it could be the Lord punishing you. So I'm saying both could be true. That's all I'm saying.
I'm going to respond by saying, Captain, you are 100% incorrect. Anybody that's born like Stevie Wonder, the Most High did that to him.
He was
the Most High is punishing. The Most High is punishing. The Most High is punishing Stevie Wonder. The Most High is punishing. Let me finish. I ain't cut you off. The Most High is punishing those who are born with one testicle, born with short arms. You've seen these type of brothers and sisters that's born with defect. The Most High did that to him. Yo, Elder Suntan, you there? Matter of fact, I'll use Captain Tazaryach. Captain Tazaryach.
Yes.
Can you read Jeremiah 1 and 5, please?
You know you asked
Jeremiah 1 and 5.
You know you asked these the same questions.
Come on, Captain. Just get it, brother.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee.
Hold on, read that again. Say that again.
Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee, and before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee, and I ordained.
Stop, brother. So the Most High is telling you, before you even came out the womb, I knew you, and I sanctified you. So, brother, the Most High is the one telling you, before any of us came out that womb, he knew who we were. He knew if we was going to become a homosexual. He knew if we was going to become lesbians. He knew if we was going to become blind or deaf. He knew all of that because it states it right there in Jeremiah 1:5. Before you came out the womb, I knew you. I knew you before you came out that womb. What is that talking about?
Hey, before I respond to that, I just want to read this about Stevie Wonder. He was not born blind. He was born 6 weeks premature, and as a result, he was placed in a hospital incubator. The high concentration of oxygen in the incubator led to a condition called retinopathy of prematurity, ROP, which caused his retina. So maybe if the hospital took care of him, he would not be blind. So you can't blame that on God. I just wanted to read that.
Okay. All right. Scratch that.
Thank you. So that's an example of when I say sometimes it ain't the Most High. Anyway, Jeremiah 1 and 5. Before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee before came as forth. What he's saying to Jeremiah is because Jeremiah didn't want to. I'm gonna read it so you can understand. Verse 6. Then said I, our Lord God, behold, I cannot speak, for I am a child. But the Lord said unto me, say not I am a child, for thou shalt go, that I shall send thee, and whatsoever I command thee, thou shalt speak. Be not afraid of their faces, for I am with thee to deliver thee. What the Lord is saying to Jeremiah is not what we're supposed to use for everybody. He's using that for Jeremiah because Jeremiah did not think he could speak because he was a child, because he was young, because he was not experienced. So he was what a lot of us are, is afraid. And so the Lord is saying, before I formed thee in the belly. Now, if you could read for me in the Bible where he formed everybody to be what they are, we can have that conversation. But you're not going to read that.
Wow. I don't believe you saying this, Captain. I'm not going to do this to you. I'm going to just give you a warning and let you know, I do got you on tape stating that Most High wasn't just saying that to Jeremiah. He was saying that to all human life, that he knows all human life. He formed all of us. Are you saying, Captain, that the Most High did not form every human life in the womb of the belly, brother?
No.
Are you saying that? And that he didn't know us?
No. What I'm saying
so
is...
you're saying that he did form us in the womb of the belly, and that he did know us before we came out the womb, and that he did know what we was going to be? Right or wrong? Yes or no?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying...
No, I'm asking. So you're saying the Most High didn't know what we was going to be?
I'm trying to answer the question. What I'm saying, when you start saying he knew you was going to be a homosexual, he knew you was going to do that, he's against homosexuality. He didn't make you to be a homosexual. So in Romans the first, you said what?
I didn't say make you. I said he knew you would be a homosexuality. Because if you say he didn't know, then you're saying the Most High don't know anything. See, this so you can't go that route.
In this verse,
because the Most High knows everything, Captain.
In this verse, he's telling Jeremiah, I formed you to be a prophet. Do not run from being a prophet. That is specific to Jeremiah. When you broaden it, to where people are living outside of how God would have them, that's where I differ and say he didn't make us from that. Did he make us all? Yes, but he did not make us to be sinners. So that's what I'm saying. I only added the latter part when you start saying he made you to be homosexual. He made you. Oh, I'm sorry. Let me say how you said. He knew you was going to be homosexual. He knew you was going to be this. That's not what this text is saying.
So now let me ask you this question, Captain. Do the Most High knows everything?
Yes.
Do the Most High know if that child is going to come out to be a homosexual or a lesbian?
I would not say that he knew that what you was going to be as far as being homosexual.
So the Most High don't know everything, Captain. You just said he knows everything, and now you saying I wouldn't say that he knew. So he don't know. I'm gonna be humble, man. You my captain, man.
No, man. No. Don't do that. Don't do that because an apostle.
Man, you my friend, man. I don't want to do this.
See, because an apostle will say, "Then I must not be your friend." You got to attack me the same way you would attack everybody.
But you're failing right now.
That's right.
You're dropping the ball right now.
I'm not.
Either the Most High know everything or he don't. So let's try it again. Do the Most High knows everything, Captain?
Yes.
Do the Most High know if that baby's going to come out to be a homosexual or a lesbian?
So when you asked that question, the reason why I said no is because when you say that, and the reason why I always brush back on it, here's a better way to ask, the better way for me to respond. The Most High did not make you a homosexual. So like the Most High made Jeremiah a prophet. We see Jeremiah is afraid to be that prophet. And so the Most High says, before I formed thee in the belly, I knew thee. Before thou camest forth out of the womb, I sanctified thee. So when you say, well, when they're homosexual, nobody is born homosexual. Homosexual does not happen from birth. Homosexual happens from molestation. 95 to 97% of the people that are homosexuals, when you talk to them, they'll tell you that they were molested. So I would tell you that no, they were not born homosexual. Science tells you that you're not born homosexual. Science tells you that your upbringing is how you're homosexual. So no, I would disagree with that argument because now that's a lifestyle that you're talking about. So that's why I say that no, you're not born a homosexual. You're not born that way. Life makes you that way. That's the difference. So when you say you're born homosexual, that's saying that he was born as a homosexual from birth. So whether if he was molested, he wouldn't be a homosexual. But most of us that are not, all of us that are not molested, we're straight men. We're straight women. It's only when you're molested that they have that lifestyle of homosexuality. That's why I say that.
All right, Captain. Right now, I would like for you to get Captain John 1, verse 3.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say John 1 and 9, John 9 and 1. John 1, verse 3.
Yes.
Okay. It says, all things were made by him. Jesus Christ. All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made. Anything made that was made. That's what it is.
Can you say that again? Say that again, please.
All things were made by him, and without him was not anything made that was made.
So you do agree that homosexuality was man-made, right? Was made.
That was homosexuality was fornication. That was a man's thought. That's not God or Christ.
Was it made? Homosexuality was made.
It wasn't made anything more than Madison Square Garden was made.
Answer the question, brother. You on trial?
No, I did. I said it wasn't made anything more than Madison Square Garden, than a basketball, than a vehicle. All those things was made by man's mind.
Does it? So you're saying God didn't create everything?
In John 1 and 3, when it says all things were made by him and without him was not anything made, that's not talking about what we created. That's talking about what God created.
Can you get Acts 7, verse 48 and 50?
Hey, Sal, I don't know how you feel about it, but I believe Tommy is in my chat. You want me to put your StreamYard link in there?
Nah.
Oh, okay. All right. No sweat. So in John 1 and 3, it says
Acts 7, verse 48 to 50. Read that for me.
Acts 7,
verse 48 to 50.
Okay. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet. That kind of that cuts you. Heaven is my throne and the earth is my footstool. What house will you build me, saith the Lord, or what is his place of rest? Have not my hand made all these things?
Well, that's what I'm trying to show you. It don't cut me. It's showing you that the Most High created everything, including the house. He made everything with his hands. Let's go to Genesis 14.
You can't do that.
Let's go to Genesis verse 14 and 19. Then I'm gonna let you break it all down.
Okay, all right. Let me just put this
Genesis
in
14 verse 19.
Just let me put this in my tab over here so I can go back to these verses.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have time to break all that down.
Got you. You said Genesis 14 and what?
19.
19. Okay.
Because what I'm showing you is how the Creator, the Most High, created everything, brother. Not just
14 and 19, right?
14, verse 19.
There's somebody calling me from Germany right now. So Genesis 14 and 19. And he blessed him and said, blessed be Abram of the Most High God, possessor of heaven and earth. That's the verse. That's the right verse, Genesis 14 and 19.
You know what that's saying, right?
He's the possessor
that he created everything in the heavens and everything that is on earth. That he created all things. That's what it's saying.
But
go to Genesis 1 and 1.
Okay. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. That's what Genesis 1 and 1 says.
Everything, brother. That's what I'm trying to share with you. God created everything.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll let you get time to answer all
back
that.
Back in that verse. Well, I got a question for you. I don't know who this is calling me from Germany. That's crazy. This is back in Acts 7. He says, howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Right?
Mm-hmm.
And then he says, the heaven is my throne, the earth is my footstool. Let me go back to Acts 7. Let me go right there. I'm going to show you. So in Acts 7, verse 48, it says, howbeit that the Most High dwelleth not made in temples made with hands. And then Acts 7 and 50 says, have not my hands made all these things? So did his hand make the temple, or did someone else's hand make the temple?
His hands made the temple. No, when you say no, it wasn't his hands, but it was the people that he gave the power to make the temple.
So did he make the temple, or did someone else make the temple?
He made the temple.
I'm gonna read it again. Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands. Whose hands is that?
It's the people that's there that's making the temple.
So that's not God's hands, right?
Listen, Captain, you gotta be deeper than this, brother. It's not God's hands.
I'm not trying to be deep. This is simple.
Let me tell you. Let me answer it. It's not God's hands, but God put the spirit in them, the intelligence in them to create and to make the temple, brother. So yes, God made the temple.
But no, here's what I'm saying. If these hands do something on their own, right? These hands doing something on their own is outside.
But they're not doing it on their own.
They are doing it on their own.
No, bro. Listen, God is doing it. God is Captain, I don't know. I don't believe you don't know this, brother. God is doing it. God is giving them the power, the intelligence to do it.
That's not what I'm
Without God doing it, they won't be able to make it.
That's not what I'm talking about. That's not true. What what it sounds like, what you're trying to say, and I don't even think you realize you're saying it, is that we don't have our own thought. We only have God's thoughts, right?
You don't.
So then why does God say, my thoughts are not your thoughts? My ways are not your ways. That's what the Bible says. God says his ways is not our ways, meaning the way that me and you think is not the way that God thinks. That means that we have a thought and a way of thinking that's outside of God. That's Isaiah 55.
True. But that is true. So but with God's intervention, with God interfering, now God is putting the spirit in you.
No.
Read that verse again, brother. Read it again.
Which verse?
The verse you read. Come on, read it again.
7 or no? Because you did a couple. I ain't trying to be funny. Are you talking
about the last one you read?
When I said my thoughts are not your thoughts, my ways are not your ways.
No, brother. When we was talking, the topic that we're talking about, I think it's chapter 7.
So in Acts 7, it says, "Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temples made with hands, as saith the prophet." And then the other verse is, "Have not my hand made all." So I'm sorry. "Howbeit the Most High dwelleth not in temple made with hands, saith the prophet. Heaven is my throne, the earth is my footstool. What house shall you build me, saith the Lord? Or what is the place to rest? Have not my hand made all these things?"
Bingo.
So
what are you listening to? That's the Most High letting you know that I'm the one that's doing this. Like when he say, "Is there evil in the city and the Lord have not done it?" So, that's not the Lord doing it with his hands. It's the evil spirit that he set down into the city and allowed them to create evil. Come on, Captain, you're supposed to do this.
Your way is to go.
But it's still the Lord's doing it.
So is your way to do this live stream? You saying that's God's way too?
Oh man, no, brother.
Okay,
no,
so
that's not.
Thank you. So a man sleeping with another man, that's also not God's way. You know how you know that's not God's way? There's a law against it. So when a man decides to do his own way, whatever he does in his own way, that's his way. If a woman decides, if you decide to eat pork, if you decide to eat shrimp, that is not God's way. We know God's way is to not eat shrimp, to not eat pork, to not eat crab, to not celebrate Christmas. When we do that, we go our way. We create our own rules. We create our own laws. Right now in America, same-sex marriage is legal. Is that God's way, Sarnetta? That's a question, sir. Is same-sex marriage God's way? Hello? I can't hear you, sir.
Yeah, what's the question, brother?
I said, is same-sex marriage God's way?
Sometimes it is, sometimes it's not. Yeah, that's the true answer, brother. And I'm going to break it down to you. And I'm going to show you in your Bible. Told you talking to the wrong one, Cat. Hey, Cat, I'm not that dude that y'all used to beat up, brother. I'm not that dude y'all used to beat up. I've been doing research. Oh, man. All right. There was 2 lesbian women, Captain. Hear me out. I think in Romans 1, verse 26, 28. Don't quote me on that.
You're in the right chapter.
But there were these 2 sisters, and they were lesbians. And so the Most High, instead of the Most High sending them down spirit where they can depart from one another and learn the truth and be the good behavior, you know what the Most High did?
What did he do?
He hardened their hearts and said, okay, paraphrasing, being that you want to go this route, I'm going to harden your heart and let you be a goddamn lesbian forever. But sometimes there are lesbians that break up out of that system. Sometimes there's homosexuals that break up out of that system. Women want to have children. And she say, well, you know what? I want to have me a man so I can have me a family and a child. But because God have heart in her heart to stay a lesbian, she can no longer have children because God hardened her heart. So now God condoned the act of being a lesbian. I'm real as a mentor, man. That's what I deal with, logic. Now, what do you got to say about that? And I know you know the scripture that I'm talking about.
What you're talking about is Romans 1, and you can start at verse
26 to 28.
No, well, actually, it's a little bit before that.
Okay.
It says, who changed the truth of God into a lie? Now, before that, when you read verse 22, it says, professing themselves to be wise, they became fools and changed the glory of the uncorruptible God into an image made like to corruptible man and to birds and four-footed beasts and creeping things. Wherefore God also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves. So before we get to the lesbianism and homosexuality, when it says when that is funny to say like that, but before we get to that, when it says God gave them up, a precept to understand that in Genesis the 6th chapter, when it says God shall not always strive with man, meaning he's not going to keep fighting with you to listen to him. You want to do that? You go ahead and do that. And we see that as parents to this day. If we are the children of God and you are the parents, excuse me, your children, you govern them. When your children disobey you enough, at some point you say, okay, that's what you want to do. This is what's going to happen to you. That's what they gave up. They gave up ain't like, I'm letting you do it. The gave up is, I keep telling you this is what's going to happen if you disobey. Since you want to keep doing, go ahead, have it your way. Now, when you get punished and fucked up, you come back crying to me. That's what it's talking about. So when it says, verse 25, who changed the truth of God into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the creator, who is blessed forever. Amen. For this cause, God gave them up to vile affections. For even they changed the natural use into that which is against nature. When it says God gave them up, God stopped fighting you on it. God stopped. Hey, it's wrong to be a lesbian. It's wrong to be a homosexual. You don't want to listen to me? You'll find out. That's why the most domestic violence is women on women. You know why? Because God stopped fighting you on it. You want to be a lesbian? Go get beat up by a woman. That's not God saying it's okay. That's not God saying he made you to be a lesbian. That's God tired of telling you to not be a lesbian and you fight against him. That's God tired of telling you not to be a homosexual and you fighting against them. God telling you not to worship these idols and you fighting against them. So now because we decide to worship idols, we decide to be, people decide to be lesbians, people decide to be homosexuals, they decide to eat unclean foods. When we get the diseases, you can't blame God. When you get AIDS, you can't blame God, because had you listened to God, you wouldn't have the AIDS. So the giving up is not saying he let you be homosexual.
All right, you done?
Absolutely.
All right. See, when I let people talk, they go into expose a lot of stuff that they shouldn't be saying. You use words like fighting. You use words like tired.
Striving as well.
God is tired. Hold on, I ain't cut you off. God is tired of telling you. God is tired of fighting you. God never fought nobody. What do you mean? God said, "Kum fire kum." Be and it is. That's what God is. God don't have to fight nobody, brother. God just send down one of his angels, one of his death spirits, one of his death angels. All God had to do was send down a spirit and tell the sisters to cut this stuff out. Why? Because I'm against that. I'm not with that. Don't send down a spirit to say, yeah, okay, being that that's the path you take, okay, I'm going to make this stick on you now. So you will never be able to change your thought, and change your mind. See, I deal with logics, Captain. If God can do anything that he wants to do, and you do agree, can God do anything he want to do, Captain? Does God have the power to do what it want to do? Yes or no?
He can do whatever he wants to do. That's correct.
Okay. Why not? Every time his interaction with human affairs, it always got to be something negative. I got the heart in your heart and make you stay that way because you disobeyed me. No, don't harden my heart. Send down a spirit to make me see the light. That's how you take care of your children. You're not going to harden your baby's heart, Captain, if they do something bad in school. You're going to teach them and show them the way. Why? Because they are your children. We are the children of God. So God punishes us in a way that we can never come back. Let's talk about Anon. When he talked about, oh, your brother have died, your brother got killed. So I want you to go into your sister, go into your brother's wife and produce a baby. And so because the brother, he do like some of us, some niggas out here, you know, he like, oh, okay, I want some pussy. So I'm gonna go in there and get it, but I'm not gonna bust off in her. Soon as I don't want no baby by her.
Was that wicked? Was that wicked?
Hold on, I'm gonna go into her. But then when it's time for me to bust off, what do some of the brothers do? They pull out. And so because the brother pulled out, what did the Most High do? He slew him. So was that a setup, Captain? Because the Most High do know everything. The Most High do know that the brother was gonna pull out. I would like to hear your logic explanation on this.
When you say that the Lord only punishes, I can read when Daniel was in the lion's den, not a lion ate him. I can read where Meshach and Abednego was in the fire and the Lord protected them. You know what they had in common? They obeyed God. You've given an example of somebody disobeying their father's orders and getting punished and then think God ain't supposed to do shit. That's what you're saying. I can see the children.
No. When he punishes them, he punished them in a rough way where they can never come back from the punishment. That's what I'm saying.
That's his prerogative.
My man Capt Gills, man. Shout out to Capt Gills.
I can read in the book of Exodus when the children of Israel prayed to God, and God unalived all the firstborn of Egypt, sent 10 plagues, delivered the children of Israel out of Egypt. So when you say God only destroys, I have to disagree with that. Even the children of Israel traveled through to get to Jerusalem, and they win in all the wars. Joshua and Moses, they win in the war. We took the land of Canaan. It became the land of Israel. What we had in common at that time was we obeyed God. But everybody should pay attention to Sinetta. Sinetta is saying, if I go to disobey God, God should stop me from disobeying him. But if I obey God, God should not stop me from obeying him. So he's saying God should control me. And what God is saying, I should be able to tell you what to do and you do it. In Deuteronomy, the 32nd chapter, God says, I set before thee life and death. Choose life that you shall live. So when we die, you know why we die? That example you gave of that man, so that brother dies without a child. The father says, hey man, we want to raise up seed for your brother. That brother should have said, well, I don't really want to have a kid with her, should not have slept with her anyway. But instead, he chose to look at his lust. So he chose death. And God gave him exactly what he wanted. Don't get mad because God can unalive and make you alive, because here's the opposite. If he would have obeyed his father and gave life, God would have gave him life. You know what he told God by pulling out? I want to die. Otherwise, he would have obeyed. So don't get mad because God is a man of his word and we ain't.
No, you know what that is? You know what that shows me that God did, Captain?
What?
That God set him up.
No, God didn't set him
up. Let me tell you why God set him up.
How he set him up?
He set him up because God knew that he was going to pull out.
No.
God knows everything, Captain.
Nope.
So are you telling me now? Let me put you on the big screen. Hold on. I want to put you on the big screen. So are you saying that God didn't know that this brother wasn't going to pull out? Did God ain't know that?
This is what happens every time I cut people with their illogical.
Woo, Capt.
What he wants to do is say again. What did I just say? He wants God. What Sarnetta wants is God to stop you from evil, and using the argument that he knew you was going to be evil, so he should just stop you from the evil. So before I answer this question, Sarnetta, if you're going to do good, should God stop you from being good? Before I answer your question, should God stop you from being good?
Of course not, Captain.
So if he should not stop you from being good, then you want to be controlled by God. That is not a God. You don't want a God.
That's not true, Captain. Because God wants to control you.
No,
what are you talking about?
No, he doesn't.
What?
No, he doesn't. What God wants is to tell you what to do and you obey. Because that God has the ability to bless you or punish you. But you just said you do not want God to control you to be good. So if God is the evil God, then he should stop you from being good so he can punish you. But
no,
if
brother.
God is a just God, he gives you rules, he gives you judgments, and it's up to you. So you control what you get from God, you control. So when that man decided to have sex with them, whether God knew what you was going to do or not, the most important part is you should know what God is going to do. You should know that God is going to destroy you if you disobey him. And if you choose to disregard God's disobedience, why should he stop you from being disobedient? You are worthless to him. You're nothing to him. But then the ones that obey God, he's going to look at him and say, I'm going to bless him because he obeys me. Now, why does the action have to be played out? The action have to be played out for you to know and for us to know. If he just
right, I gotta give you that one. That was a good response, brother. That's a good comeback. I give you that one. That's a good one when you say, does God stop you from being good?
Yeah.
So if he ain't stopping you from being good, then
you can't
that's
call God this evil God if you do good and he don't stop you from doing the good. God is impartial. God sets the rules and he watches.
But you know, I'm getting you on everything that y'all say y'all believe in.
I know you're gonna come with something. I know you.
Here's another one I'm gonna move on to.
Okay, no problem.
Can Israelites, you Captain, Israelites have sex with Gentiles? Let's say the white woman, let's say the African woman, let's say the Chinese woman.
No. So when Israel was there was no Israelite.
Hold on, let me finish. Let me finish. Can Israelites have sex with their enemies who are non-Israelites?
When you go to Deuteronomy 21.
No. Answer yes or no first, and then I'm gonna let you teach.
No.
Okay, so now you said no. So when you go to the book of Deuteronomy 21 verse, let's go to, I don't even need to go to 10 verse 14. Let's go to 12. No, matter of fact, let's start at 10 verse 14.
Mm-hmm.
Deuteronomy 10 verse 14. And I'm going to show you where you say that you're not supposed to sleep outside of Israel. But God telling you that you can have sex with these people, that you can sleep with them. Not only can you sleep with them, Captain, but you can make them your wife. Captain Tazaryach. Tazaryach. Like reading, brother? read, brother.
Oh, you want me to read? What verse? Deuteronomy 21, what verse?
Deuteronomy 21, verse 10 to 14.
Got you. When thou goest forth to war with thine enemies, and the Lord thy God have delivered them into thine hands, and thou hast taken them captive, and seest among the captives a beautiful woman, as a desire unto her that thou wouldst have her to thy wife, then thou shalt bring.
Now stop for 1 minute. Who are these enemies that the Most High have delivered them unto the Israelites? Who are they? What people are they?
For time's sake, if anybody start at verse 20, it talks about when you unalive somebody unknown. So the enemy that it's talking about is us with the wars that we would have with each other. The problem.
Hold on, man, Captain. Are you saying that these enemies that y'all fighting, that the Lord have delivered them over to you, are you saying these are Israelites?
Yeah, because
Cap, no, don't do it. Captain, no, hold on. Let me see something. Let me see if I can get this thing right here. You might, if you right on this one, I'm gonna end this goddamn show. If you are right on this one, Captain, I'm gonna end this goddamn show right here. Because you're just saying you going to war with other Israelites. Hold on, let me get this right. Here you go.
Come on, get it right now.
Here we go. I'm plugging this up. All right. In the book of Deuteronomy, 10, hold on.
The book of Deuteronomy is the fifth.
In the book of Deuteronomy 21, verse 10 to 14, who are the people that's supposed to be the enemies that the Most High have delivered them unto the Israelites? Who are those enemies?
Deuteronomy chapter 21, verses 10 to 14, the enemies being referred to are distant, foreign nations outside the borders of the promised land, Canaan. The text does not name a single specific group here, but rather provides a general law for any future foreign wars Israel would fight against outside nations, such as the Midianites, Moabites, or Syrians, as they expanded or defended their territory.
That's enough right there. So, Captain, they are not Israelites. These are not Israelites, Captain.
Not Israelites, because Chat GPT told you.
Brother, why don't you Google it and you find out? You Google it. It ain't got to be Chat GPT.
I don't have to.
Y'all got to stop that, Cap.
I don't have to Google it, because when you read throughout the Bible, I've yet to see a war after this where we took wives outside of this that were not Israel. I can see a war where Benjamin went to war when in the book of Judges, when that concubine's wife was cut up, and Benjamin went to war with Israel, and they had made a decree that they wasn't going to lay with none of their wives. And then they said, the children of Israel said, we can't let Benjamin diminish. So they had a party, and all the men that caught the children of Israel, they lay with them and they took them as their wives. So if Deuteronomy,
yeah, but these were nations outside of Israel, brother.
If Deuteronomy 7 says you cannot sleep outside your race, if in 1 Kings Solomon was told he sinned by laying with other nations, someone would just have to show me where we went to war and took wives. Because I don't read. When I say wives, because I can read where we took wives of our own. But
so where can you read to show me that God have delivered Israelites unto you? Because you said they were Israelites, the enemies.
Yeah, when
you got to pertain to that.
Book of Judges, I think it's, what is it? The book of Judges, when anybody on their own can read Judges, the 20th chapter, Israel went to war with the tribe of Benjamin. In this instance, Benjamin lost the war. And as they losing the war, they still made sure that the tribe of Benjamin got wives out of that war. That's the closest that you're going to get. You're not going to show any other war where they took wives from other nations. But you can see a plethora of scriptures where they took wives not of war. You can read Nehemiah and Ezra, where they took wives of Moabites and Ammonites. You can read that. You can see where Solomon took wives of the Egyptians, of Edomites, of Moabites, and they all told that he sinned. So there is no verse in the Bible that gives any credence that you can sleep with someone of another nation. There is not one. It does not exist. Otherwise, it wouldn't say Solomon sinned. The children of Israel put away the Moabite Ammonite children. Sorry.
Okay. I want to open it up because we almost getting ready to close up. So I want to give other people a chance to ask you some questions. Brother Ashe, what's going on, brother? Hey, and what we're doing today is we giving some of you brothers an opportunity to learn something from the scriptures, from the captain, so y'all know how to deal with these questions, man. Because Apostle fails all the time. Easy Bands, he's failing all the time. Omar Muhammad, they fail all the time.
You need to stop that, son.
And I want to say peace to the panel before I even say anything. Peace to all y'all. I hope y'all having a great one. You can't name all them people, then exclude this guy. When you constantly keep on making God anthropomorphic, and when you keep on anthropomorphizing God, making God a man to fit the way that you want to kick it, that's not a pass. That's not a salute. That's no ashe to that. There's no respect to that. Every time you hit him with God doing something crazy, it's Sa. If it was you and you were doing, it's not if Sa was doing it. Because at the end of the day, your scripture explicitly says God is not a man. Explicitly says God is not a man. So when you keep on trying to compare God back onto man, what would you do, Sa, if your kids did this? What would you? That's just it's anachronistic the way that you even come and putting it. This is another problem.
If you can make it simple,
I sat here and I listened to y'all for too long. This is another problem that Islam has with you guys.
No, I don't want him to talk past me. He keep using all them big words. I'm black and slow. I don't know what the hell you're talking about right now. Can you make it?
That's not my fault.
No. Well, if you want me to respond to you, I just want you to say it. I don't know what you're talking about. It sounds like what you're saying is when Sarnetta brings up an argument, I make an earthly father and child comparison. And you're saying I cannot do that, right? Right?
Am I giving you clarity on the words that I'm saying, or are you now stopping me to align a whole new brand of questions? Do you want clarity on the words that I was using that you did not know?
This be the problem when I try to talk to
you. Yeah, you want clarity.
And what you're saying.
Then ask that straight up instead of trying to give this whole. So I said anthropomorphism,
and then I gave an example.
Anthropomorphism, brother.
And then I gave an example of what I thought you were saying, and then I asked, "Are you saying that?"
And this is why the UPK needs scholars. It's called anthropomorphism.
I don't know.
Anthropos is the. I'm gonna break it down for you.
Thank you.
Anthropos comes from the Greek word for human, people. Same word. That's a key word. That's an anthropology, the study of humans, right? So when I say that you're anthropomorphizing, that means you're morphing. You know what morphism is, right? Morphing something into.
I don't know what
and anthropos. Okay, well, I'll break that down as well.
That's what I'm asking you.
Anthropomorphize. You're taking something that's not human and morphing it into a human form. That's what you're doing.
I'm not doing that.
So this is what keeps happening.
Let me respond to that right there. I'm not doing that. I never anthropomorphize God. I only have to respond when Sarnetta is anthropomorphizing God. He's the one doing it. When he brings up the laws in the Bible that were written for the children of Israel, those laws were not written for God. And then he's applying the laws that were written for the children of Israel to God. So you really need to have this conversation with Sarnetta and say, why are you anthropomorphizing God and putting the laws of that God gave to us and applying that to him? Then I have to respond to him in an anthropomorphic way because he brought up an anthropomorphic question. Because you would have to show me where God has a law that he cannot unalive. That God has a law that he can't eat this, that he can't eat that. Do you have that? Can you show me that law? Can you show me that?
So before you interrupted me, because I was not done.
It ain't no interruption.
No, I was not done. I was not done.
Slow down. Don't do
that. Slow down for time out. Wait, no, you controlling the conversation, bro. I was never done, bro.
I'm not trying to control the conversation. But I am asking the question. I asked you to break down anthropomorphic. You did. Appreciate it. I disagree that I'm doing that. I'm saying Sarnetta is doing that because Sarnetta is the one that are creating the laws of man and applying them to God. So would
Sinetta's not doing that. Your book, and this is why you should have let me finish.
again,
because I was going to say this as well. This was part of me finishing.
My book, brother. I will be quiet if you could just answer my question. Can you show me the laws that God has to follow in the book? Yes or no?
Yo, God is lawless.
So then, even
that's the whole point.
So if you're telling me that God is lawless, then you're agreeing that the laws in the Bible do not apply to God. Yes?
Obviously, that's what your text says, which is idiotic. No, you're not, bro. No, hey, listen, bro. You're not gonna manipulate. Hey, this is my turn to speak. My dude. I'm gonna tell you, hey, listen, no, you don't get to ask me 3 questions in a row when this is my turn to speak, bro. You asked 3 questions in a row, and you didn't even let me finish my speech.
This is the last one, and then I'm gonna let you go. It's not even necessarily a question.
No, this shit weird as fuck. Nah, bro, get to your point, bro. It's not your turn to speak, my nigga.
If God is lawless, if the laws in the Bible do not apply to God, then you just prove that Sinetta is the one that's anthropomorphic because he's taken the laws of the Bible and applying it to the deity, and then I'm just responding to those anthropomorphic questions. Body bag. Floor's on you.
No, and this is why you don't let the pseudo crazy, no common sense having Israelites talk. This is why you should let me finish. And this is the problem that Muslims also have with these fake Israelites, with these converts, because it's your book that anthropomorphizes God. It's your very own book that says dumb, idiotic things like, God, stop talking, stop talking, stop talking. Stop talking. Hey, I'm gonna mute you, bro. You know, hey, look, I'm gonna do you bad. You better get some decorum.
Whoever Omar is, you gotta be quiet, man.
Yeah. So what's going on is it's your book that anthropomorphizes God the entire time. There's statements saying God is a man of war, right? There's statements saying God is jealous, right? There's things that say God is angry, right? So when you have all of these things that are coming into the picture, this is anthropomorphizing. These are anthropomorphized characteristics. These are human characteristics that are now being applied onto God. This is a problem with the general understanding that you guys walk around and have. This is why we got to have dumb conversations like our Dinet Cheru, little or not, because of you guys. This is the problem. So this is, you can sit there and make it seem, and this is why your analogy also did not work, brother. Because as a father, a man, I can't tell my son not to do something that I'm doing and expect him to not do it. I can't do that. But that's the expectation that your God puts on you. Your God sits up and kills and say you don't kill. Your God sits up and be jealous and tell you don't be jealous. No father operates like that. Not one that anybody else will look up to. So you look up to that poor excuse for a father. That's the body bag.
You got a question?
All right.
Hold on.
All right.
I want to respond.
Go ahead, respond.
That shit was dumb as hell. This man got up here to just try to say jealous is it, like when it said jealous, the best word to use is covet, not jealous. Covet is a better word to use. All the things that you talk about, when y'all talk about a father is not going to break laws in front of his children. A father is going to keep the laws in front of his children. If a father was to unalive somebody and it's not murder, that is lawful. So if God exacts vengeance for our disobedience, that's lawful. No different than if someone if someone murders, they will be unalive on earth. You don't need God to do that. Right now, if you commit a crime of murder, you go to jail, you get punished. They used to have the death penalty back then. That's not nothing to do with God. Like I say, what I would suggest you do is know who you're talking to, because this whole exchange was dumb. But what you did show by using that anthropomorphic big word was every time Sinetta asked a question about the law and applied it to God, you just proved that Sinetta was the only person anthropomorphic. And so I just used the anthropomorphic answer to respond. Because when I asked him, does God stop you from being good? It made all the sense in the world to Sinetta. That's why Sinetta said that was a good answer. You know why? Because that was not an anthropomorphic response. Because it was an actual response of, if God is in control of everything, then he should also stop us from being good. Why we only want him to stop us from being evil? Because we want him to be human, and God is not human. I'll take the next person.
All right. Apostle, you there? Apostle,
Yeah.
turn on your camera, brother. Let me say this, man. Apostle, my brother. I love this brother, man. Me and him battle all the time. He gets some good points, but I just know how to get him heated, Captain Tazaryach. I just know how to get him out of his body,
right,
and make him bug out. And he falls for it every time. And that's why he loses, because he gets mad and angry. And Floyd Mayweather never get in the ring mad and angry.
right.
Because he want to make sure he stayed, on point. When you get mad and angry, you get frustrated. You say things that you don't want to say. Like Apostle. Apostle's been saying some bad stuff lately, because he's been frustrated. Do I need to quote some of the stuff you've been saying, Apostle?
Yeah.
Nah, go ahead. I'll think of one.
No, yeah. You need to set an example. What I've been saying is crazy.
Go ahead. You can go, Apostle. You got a question for the Capt?
Yeah, because do I get upset? Yeah, especially when people mute my mic.
Do you have a question for the captain, brother? You don't want to hear the crying.
Calm down, sir. Calm down. Let me see one of the questions that me and Sonnet have been battling over. I already told you about the one that says just this generation, I say to you, this generation shall not pass. One of you shall not pass until you see the Son of Man coming in his glory. Now, that's not an exact quote, but that's around about what the quote says. They the ones that have a problem understanding. My point was, Christ made another similar argument when he called Andrew and James. They said, yea, Lord. They wanted to go with Christ, but they wanted to bury their father first. And Christ responded to them, let the dead bury the dead. So on that analogy, a dead person can't bury a dead person. Common sense. Christ is making a deeper point. Christ is letting them know, listen, we're about the living. We're not about the dead. Let's go over here and let's turn some dead folk and make them, let's find some dead folk.
See what I'm talking about, Captain? Yeah. What the hell is Apostle talking about?
I don't even know.
I'm talking about. I know the scripture.
I don't know what him or I say was talking about.
But why is he
I'm gonna share my screen.
You don't know what I was talking about?
No, I know. I know what you're talking about.
When he called Andrew,
I know that, but I don't know why you're bringing it up.
Right,
bringing it up because there was an argument that made.
So I got minutes,
Okay.
Let me share my screen.
Argument that Sonetta and Morpheus was trying to get over on me, like I didn't know what I was talking about.
Yeah, Captain, did you see that battle with Apostle and Morpheus?
Nah,
you ain't see that?
I heard Apostle got smoked. I'm joking. I don't know if he did it. I'm just joking.
People say that is people.
I'm just joking, man. I'm just joking.
Oh, okay.
Hey,
yeah. Now I take that.
Hey, brother,
I
can I shoot next?
But
Omar.
It embarrassed.
No, after Apostle Salaki.
It embarrassed. Morpheus was so embarrassed. He got mad at Sonetta and stopped coming on the show for 3 weeks. I'm telling you, Sonetta had to become his friend again. So we know where that goes. Other than that, no. Look, I appreciate you, Cap.
Likewise.
We might struggle.
So, Apostle, was that tough enough for you, man?
No, you never put him
Still
in the back,
on
man.
the captain?
You never, no.
Oh, man.
No. And no, you wasn't tough on the Cap. No.
Oh, man.
Hey, something though, Apostle, you kind of
You must be really want me to rip my captain up.
Hey, Apostle, I'm gonna tell you something you do. You may not know you do, but like even when you was just talking about with Andrew and stuff like that, you was so incoherent that we was just confused, and I think that's why I signed up to be like, what is he talking about? And then it leads
Right.
to, and then you be like, well, this is the point I'm trying to make. What I would advise is just try to be more concise, you know, like more straight to the point with what you trying to convey. I think that'll help a lot because it's not that you don't know what you talk about. You brought up Andrew, you brought up the dead, bury the dead, but you want to just try to be more concise with it, probably.
Yeah, I would take a look at that, man. I don't know right offhand. I understand what you're saying.
Let me do a quick screenshot. No. I say you gotta wait. It's my turn, brother. You've been running your mouth the whole time.
I mean, that's okay. That's okay.
No, it's not okay. It's not okay.
All right, y'all, chill. I'm gonna let Omar go, but before you go, Omar, hold up. Before you go, Omar, I want the world to see this. That this is my first time defeating the captain in a conversation. As you can see the screen, it got me winning 64 and 36.
So shout out to 80, man. Brother, 80%, man. Y'all should be giving him 80 to 90, man. What's wrong with y'all? Who voted?
Yeah, it's my first time beating the captain on this topic.
Who voted for me on side and other side, man? Get that man 80, 90%.
All right, Omar.
Omar, with you in the future about something I want to talk to you about.
Okay, no.
All right, Omar.
And I voted for side and other too, man.
Omar, go ahead, brother.
Salaki, sir, if you want to go ahead and cook.
No, you got it, man.
I don't want to.
Come on, man. Come on, I ain't got much time.
Right.
Come on.
So this is what we're gonna show. So first of all, we got to give respect to UPK, Commanding General Yohana, and you already know Captain Tazaryach. But see, this is what we got to go back to, Captain. This is what we got to go back to, because they talk all that stuff about what we worship. Guess what? We know what we worship. So let's just do this right quick. Let's do this. Hold on. This is the person that they put on the pedestal.
Oh, come on, man. I can't let you get my man.
No, this is game. This is fair play. This is fair play.
Not
this
over here.
No, this is all Mayweather.
No, listen, man.
Nope.
You can't face Jabari one-on-one, brother. So cut it out. Cut it out, brother. You know nothing about Kemet, brother.
Jabari not a lightweight, man. Jabari is
I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know nothing about that.
I don't get it.
Captain did numerous battles with
I'll beat him every time. Jabari is not a lightweight.
Calm
Jabari is
down.
heavyweight.
Hold on, Sa. Hold on, y'all Egyptomaniac. Calm down.
Come on, man. So I'm about ready to wrap up.
Where you at, man? Where you at?
Yeah, can I share my screen so I get this?
Omar, where you at, man?
I don't.
You gotta just
piss him off.
We ain't got time for screen sharing. He could just say whatever he needs.
Yeah, we ain't got time for the screen sharing. Just go. I'll
You
say.
ain't got time for the screen share. Yeah, y'all niggas wild, man.
Hold on,
So let's just go to the physical anatomy,
calm
then, bro.
down, I say. You gotta
Good
let
dog,
me
bro.
finish.
Good dog, bro.
No, nigga, you've been talking the whole night.
Yo, Omar, go. Hurry up.
Realize,
Thank you.
Omar, you was
No,
quiet for a minute.
Y'all
We
can
can
hear me.
hear you.
I muted the video. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you. Go ahead, Omar.
Quiet for a minute, though.
This is my thing. When all these guys talk about, the Hebrew Israelites, y'all got spook gods, y'all got a sky daddy, y'all worship, y'all pray, y'all got religion. These niggas got the same goddamn thing, man. I proved it.
Come on, man.
I proved it. And guess what? Who y'all call Mayweather This nigga's no Mayweather. And guess what? When that debate come with him and Reggie is going to absolutely
he's not a nigga, brother.
He's going to obliterate Jabari, just like Capt.
He's a professor, Omar. He's not a nigga. All right. His name is Professor Jabari Osaze. Just like I won't let nobody get up here and call General Yohana a nigga. I will defend that as well. So he's not a nigga, brother. You can't touch Jabari, so cut it out.
Right.
I can't. But guess what? My knowledge is gonna touch him.
I can't bring out the source. I can't bring out my information.
He's accredited. No,
he's accredited. And number one, we're dealing with accolades. We're talking about information. So I'm gonna ask y'all to tone down the attitudes, y'all. Why is y'all so angry, man? Tone it down. Tone down the attitude. We're having a conversation, not war. We don't hate each other. Tone down the attitude towards each other. Come on, man. Go ahead, brother Ashe.
Thank you, son. I was gonna share it, but I'll just read it. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with the scriptures anyways. So just dealing with the anthropomorphism even further, because he said that what I said was dumb as hell. And I notice he likes to insult whenever you catch him slipping. So we see that in Exodus 33:11, they says he has a panim, that's the Hebrew word, he has a face. In Exodus 33:23, he has a back, so he got a whole body. So, but it explicitly says in the Bible, this is not a man. So now I'm really wondering what I'm dealing with. In Genesis 3:8, he's walking in the garden. In Genesis 2:7, he's breathing through his nostrils. He smells again in 8:21, and then he's even resting. Of course, that's a Shabbat. So we can go all into his characteristics as well. We can see that he has regrets, right? He grieves, right? He's jealous, right? He even goes as far as to he repents to Moses. So he has all of these human characteristics. Like none of that.
I want you to be honest with me, brother.
Talk to me.
Be honest with me. Have you learned any of this from me, brother? Tell the truth. Tell the truth.
No, I almost want to say hell. I don't want to say hell no.
Let me tell you why. Because I did this damn near over 10 to 15 years ago. Captain will tell you, and I'm quite sure Elder Suntan been watching for a long time. I did all of that what you just said. I said all of that. I did that. And I didn't need no source. I just knew it. It was innate in me. I did all that. But now you give me a source. That's good. That's good.
You know what? And I'm gonna be real with you as a man. Don't never try to diminish my work like that.
That's not diminishing. I asked
no, because I ain't gotta get that from nobody to have that.
Hold on, brother.
I can read the Bible like you.
Saying that you did it is not diminishing it. All of us learn from each other. I get a lot from you. I get a lot of shit from Apostle. Everybody. We all learn from each other. It ain't like we making this shit up on our own. We learn from each other.
Got too many IBMs up in here, man.
No, it's not that. It's not that. But just let a brother bring out his work. When you, like it's the Bible. It's the Bible, and we all know that it's just the Bible, and it's general information. That's why when these guys get up here, that's why when these guys get up here and they get to trying to kick it like they got some type of brand new understanding coming from the Bible. No, it's just the same old Bible that they had back then that we got now. It's anthropomorphized. That's why the Quran came to clean up with the mess that y'all set up and made. To take
hold up, Cap. Let him finish, Cap. He gonna be finished.
Yeah, to take the anthropomorphism out, that takes away all of these contradictions that you then get when you're dealing with the anthropomorphism. Because he says, I'm not a man, but then he got a back, he talks, he smells, he got feelings. Y'all even go to far to say he's your father, which is even crazier. The Quran come up and clean all that up and say, man, no, God ain't got no kids. God ain't no man. What have y'all created? What is this entity that you have created? That's what he also, wait, and I'm gonna end right here. That's what he says when he says that my Megan, that the one that they like to say is David, but the scripture actually says their Megan is Yahuwah, it's God. That's what he means when they say that his Megan has been just humiliated and just destroyed by these men. They messed it up.
Okay, now that's not diminishing your work, my brother. But what I was simply saying, that's why I asked you that, because when Polite was here, I brought all of that out about the back, the eyes, the see, the the repenting, and all of that, brother. The jealousy. I did all of that already. Go ahead, Captain. But that's still good, though.
I appreciate it, son. I appreciate. I like having a comment. I like having a talking point with you. That's great. We got a comment talking point.
Yeah. When a man brings up a book called the Quran, when the prophet sleeping with a damn 9-year-old, I don't know what the hell we talking about. And then the 9-year-old they slept with had courted 2 niggas at age 6. One before Muhammad. Before Muhammad courted Aisha, she had already was courting another man at 6 years old. Got F at 9 years old. And you think that man now has God given him information in the Quran to break down the Bible? When it says God is not a man and he should lie, it's not talking about he's not a man. It's talking about he don't lie like men. That's simple. When it says they heard the voice of God walking in the garden, they heard the voice. God wasn't in the garden. The Lord is a man of wars, talk about his character. Y'all just don't know the Bible. You should really leave the Bible alone. You've been through all this it don't mean nothing. God has hair. We can read that, Daniel 9:7. That's not the argument we was having. That's what people got to do when they got to spin. The question that cut all of this, when I asked him to show me a law that God has to keep, he did not have an answer for it. So the only thing he could say is, well, God is lawless, because it defeated the whole argument. We wasn't talking about the makeup of God. We wasn't talking about if he had hair, if he had a body, if he had this, if he had that. He brought up that anthropomorphic conversation because he said I was using a human argument to explain the Most High, when the only reason I was using a human argument is because Sinetta was giving laws for a human and trying to make it seem like they applied to God, and they do not. They do not. God does what he wants because that's what gods do. With that, side, I'm about to roll, man.
Hey, Captain, once again, thank you, brother, for taking the time out to come through.
Like next month or something like that.
I think Apostle want me to get a knife and just cut you for real. The way Apostle is going. You want me to put bombs around you and just blow you up. Apostle said I wasn't strong enough.
Hey, Apostle, what I would suggest you do is get your reputation better. Be a little bit more concise with your arguments.
And discipline, Captain. Don't forget to tell them
the arguments. Be more concise. Get a little bit more disciplined. Don't be moved. Don't be bothered. Like if you work on that, I think you'll get treated better. But I appreciate the panel. Shout out to Suntan, Omar. I say loves pedophiles. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Because
man, clean that up. I was
police be upon. You know when they say peace be upon them, we say police be upon Muhammad. If Muhammad was alive today, he'd be on the Epstein Island right now for sleeping with Aisha at 9 years old.
Man.
It's always for a Cap, man. It ain't never personal, man. I always gotta keep the environment.
None of this is personal, man. None of this is personal. All right, y'all. I appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. I gotta go. I gotta make orders. I got a lot of stuff to do, man. Tuesday, I'm doing 2 things Tuesday. I'm doing a 10 or 20 V1 Tuesday in Vegas. I'm gonna do the filming. So you're not going to have to wait all day to get this content. I'm going to try to have the content out within that week. And then we doing, me and Unc is going to be interviewing Young Pharaoh Tuesday afternoon. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Don't forget, I got a 50% off sale, whether you buy 1 item or 6 or 20, no matter what you get, it's 50% off. Right now I'm rocking, I got it in my pocket. I think I got King on me. Yeah, right now. Oh, boy, I almost dropped it. I got King on me. So make sure y'all check us out. Until next time, Yahweh Shema Shabakathum, Yahweh Shema Thum Bashim Yavshai.
Capt build the beat up.
Captain Tazaryach was One West.
Yo, Captain Tazaryach on here with us.
I had prayed to the Most High and I said I wanted to do as much work as possible.
There's one West.